Hey, welcome back. This is CrAzY, the leader of the Thriving Home Team. And my last message, I said that I would share with you my experience with the first event that I went to in the company that I currently work with, in the business that I currently work with. So at the time, my husband and I did not have a lot of money, but I really wanted to go to a company event because I knew, it's the principles that I shared with you earlier in my last message, that there's a lot of power around company events, and I wanted to rub shoulders with some of the leaders and really just use that to jumpstart my business and to really take off and succeed in business. And so there was an event that was being held close to our home, and well, not close, but within a state or two away. It was being held in Las Vegas, and I found an airline that we could go on that was really cheap. And the reason why it was so cheap is because everything else that you kind of needed for the airline or wanted had fees applied to it. So for example, if you wanted them to print out your boarding pass, it would cost $10. If you wanted to drink or eat anything on the airplane, including water, then you had to pay for it. If you wanted to bring a suitcase or baggage bigger than a little purse, then you had to pay for it. So I think that's how they made their money, is all these extra fees. By the time that you actually traveled with the different needs and wants that you had, it cost as much as a regular airplane ticket. But if you went without those luxuries, kind of essential, important things, but if you were willing to not drink water on the flight, print your boarding pass beforehand, pack very lightly, then you could travel pretty cheaply. And so we decided to do that. And so we went there for the company event, and the deciding factor for the company event that helped me talk my husband into going was I found a hotel for $8 a night. Yeah, believe it or not, $8 per night. Since I found a hotel with $8 a night, I could do that. I could justify that. And I shared that with my husband, and he said, okay, that's within our budget. So we show up, and indeed the hotel was $8 a night, but my husband said he stayed up every single night, afraid that someone might break in. He said, I felt like I just needed to sit by the door, and barricade the door and have a gun with me to protect my wife, protect my family, while we're staying at this hotel, so you can go to this event. So the $8 per night idea with a hotel, I really don't recommend. But that's what we did to get there. And I show up at the event, and indeed there's a whole power and infusion and energy, and you can just feel it and see it. And immediately I realized that these were my kind of people. Home business kind of people are my kind of people. People who are hopeful, people who are dreamers, people who take action on fulfilling their dreams and know that there's something better than just being stuck in a dead-end job and having to work that for the next 40 to 60 years of your life. Now, I know that you are one of those people. Why? Simply because you're watching this video, and as I'm sharing about home business and events, you have someone who has dreams. You're someone who also takes action on those dreams, because you're here, you're watching, you're taking action. So imagine I'm walking into this event, and for 3 days was surrounded by people who were just like I was sharing with you, and just like me, that excitement and that hope, and the dreamers and the people who take action on the dreams. And I found something very peculiar for me. And what I found is I started standing taller, being more confident, and I started introducing myself with my full name. My full first name. I started saying, I'm CrAzY, or I'm CrAzY Thomas. And I realized I never did that in nursing. I never did that in my other jobs. In jobs particularly that did not light me up, that I would go work for a corporation I always introduced myself as Kenna. Well, I actually hate the name Kenna. I really don't like that name at all. But I did not want to be there in those jobs, and I did not want to be known as my full, real person, and I was not self-expressed in those jobs. You know, working nursing or working corporate America. So I was always like, oh yeah, you can call me Kenna. Well, at the event, I was standing taller and more confident and said, oh, my name is CrAzY. I'm CrAzY Thomas. I'm CrAzY. Hey, I'm CrAzY. And the same with these videos. I introduced myself as CrAzY, you know, my full first name. Because I'm doing something that I love, that lights me up, that I'm excited for, and can share these dreams and ideas and share the successes that I'm having in these goals as well. So that in a nutshell is my experience with my first event, including the $8 per night hotel, and how it felt for me to be there. It's definitely my kind of people. Thanks so much for watching. You're one of them. You're my kind of person, my kind of people. I appreciate you tuning in. And in my next video, I will share with you about a busboy who succeeded, started earning several thousands a month, and succeeded to quit his job and really launch himself into home business. And that's someone who just simply worked as a busboy. So I'll share his story with you and what he's been doing to succeed in my next video. Hey, thanks so much. We'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.